In 2012, Wendy and I visited 9.5 countries on our European trip. We stopped at Hong Kong for a few days and then went on to Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Russia, Belarus, Poland and Germany. We stopped off at Singapore on the way back and briefly went into Malaya as well. We took over 700 photos in Russia and decided to divide it into 2 DVDs, St. Petersburg and Moscow. Russia is a remarkable country and well worth visiting, shaped by a tragic history of Tsarist and later communist rule. A country of great wealth and extreme poverty. The excesses of both Tsarist and communist rule are very evident. Palaces and hovels, good roads and dirt tracks, traffic jams like I've never ever seen, long queues, bureaucracy gone berserk, passport, visas and hotel check-ins a nightmare, but having said all that, still a great place to visit. Our first impression of Russia was the border check. We needed to have our passports, visas and an entry-exit form. One sour-faced official had 80 or so people queued up, our busload and another busload. While waiting, I went to use a Russian toilet. The light didn't work. You couldn't lock the door as it was broken. I didn't check the paper, but there probably wasn't any. The road from the border was patched up and bumpy. It was only 2 lanes, and there were many accident shrines dotted along this Russian highway. The countryside was similar to Finland, green with lots of trees, mainly pines. We were on our way to St. Petersburg, formerly Leningrad. The collapse of the USSR was evident. Many of the buildings looked tired and in need of maintenance. A lot of the churches were being restored, as well as other major buildings. St. Petersburg is Russia's second biggest city and has a population of about 5 million. There were lots of high-rise buildings with many people living in apartments. We took a night cruise along the canals. Nice, but not in the same vein as Venice or even Denmark. We went to lots of palaces and museums in St. Petersburg. Their trolley buses looked old and tired, and there were a lot of ugly Russian cars on the road, but other European cars will soon replace them. A lot of money has been spent on renewing old buildings, and American companies like Coca-Cola and McDonald's are everywhere. Bureaucracy and poor service went hand in hand in Russia. Border checks were incredible. A long wait in queues to get the passport checked and a second check 5 minutes down the road to make sure our passports were correctly stamped. Hotel check-ins were the same. Passports and visas had to be surrendered to the hotel before we got the keys. And of course we were told to take our own bags up to the room because it wasn't worth waiting for service. The Tsar's summer palace and gardens are beyond belief. The palace was perched on the hill and looked down a boulevard-wide garden setting with the most beautiful fountains that led to the sea. When the Tsar came out of the palace, a full orchestra would begin to play and the fountains were turned on. The water from the fountains flowed down an ornamental channel into the sea. What a sight! The Tsar collected all the best artwork for his palaces, and collectively they would contain more Rembrandts and works by people like Michelangelo than most of the best museums in Europe. I would definitely recommend a tour of Russia. I found it a fascinating country.